Hey there, Tool World fans. This is your host, David Jew, and I'm here with Master Jew.
How's it going there, Mr. Jew?
Did you notice after 3 takes here, I finally changed it up a little bit? A tiny bit.
It's a very tiny bit.
Very tiny bit.
It's okay. Maybe next time I'll say it.
Maybe. Okay, so a few weeks ago, we had our Tool World Summit, and it was a lot of fun. We had a lot of great presentations from a lot of high-level performing instructors.
Right.
I want to kind of come back to in-person versus virtual. Probably during COVID, we talked a little bit about this before, and we talked about, can you do classes virtually? Because we were doing a lot of virtual kind of classes, right? Now, virtual classes have kind of left a little bit. They're not as much. A lot of people have gone back in person. But what about seminars?
Yeah, I think there is a place for everything, I think. And the question I would have is, or maybe a comment, is that I don't know if virtual will actually go away. I think it's here to stay, and I think it's great. So this is our second summit, I believe. Mm-hmm. The first one was actually virtual. It was during COVID. It was awesome. I think it was awesome. I think we got a lot of good replies and response. We decided, because COVID was kind of lifted, that, hey, let's get it in. But we understand that not everyone can come out. Mm-hmm. And so can you share that information? And so I think, yes, you can, especially those things that are more theoretical. Patterns are a great way of doing that, for sure. I think it's interesting because the last summit, I was talking to another martial arts school owner, and before COVID, he was saying that, they eliminated forms because he wasn't too excited about forms.
Right.
COVID hits, and all of a sudden, I kind of remember those forms because that's what we're doing now.
Right.
or how would you do grappling? They might have grappling forms or something, I don't know. Mm-hmm. And so I think for those things, it's great, and instructional technical ideas, and for sure. Seminars, I think most of the people that do seminars are probably older. Online, I should say, not seminars, but they're probably doing it. If they're doing it online, it's probably they're older, and they're probably have some experience. They don't necessarily need to be a black belt, and I think you can still learn something from it.
Right.
It's the areas that for virtual that we're going to have issues are when you do partner work. So it's okay, and we asked our guys, if you have a partner, bring them on. Mm-hmm. Let's work together. And so that was the concept that we did this time. Mm-hmm. We had 2 locations. One was out by in Philadelphia at Wushu Taekwondo with Mr. Liesa. He had his studio open. He had some students come in, and we had students that came in, or people came for the seminar. And Grandmaster Wheelie had some students at his place. And in some ways, it's really good to have students involved because that student gives you feedback. As an instructor, I'm looking at what are the feedbacks from the students. You kind of think, this is what I think they need to learn. But then when you watch people and you're in person, you kind of realize, maybe I need to talk a little bit more about this because they don't seem to grasp it. And so it can kind of change. But what I did notice online is that it's more of a script. I'm talking to a camera. I have no idea what the other guys are doing. I don't know if they get what I'm saying and don't get what I'm saying. I think that camera or online stuff, you kind of have to slow it down. Mm-hmm. Right. But that's my thoughts. What do you think?
Going off that point, when you do have the kind of in-person seminars, you do get a little bit more of that kind of community at that event. And it's a little bit easier because you don't have to worry about a lot of the technical issues, which is what we were kind of dealing with during that event.
We're learning a lot, though.
Yeah.
I mean, our setup now is, I think it's gotten pretty good. Mm-hmm. I mean, we have a mic. I know on the East Coast, it looked like they were using the computer microphone or maybe the camera microphone or something. So you couldn't kind of hear. I mean, you can still hear it. It's just may not be as good a quality or whatever. We had issues with our gimbal, so it's going all over the place, trying to hold it. But those are just technical, and I think it's yeah, as we do more and more of those kind of things, and we become more better at those kind of productions, it can be better. But I think that we had a lot of good feedback. A lot of people learned something from it, and if you only learn one little nugget, that's well worth it.
Right.
Right.
That's true.
It's kind of funny. We actually have a student parent ask if their child could do online. It's like, we've eliminated our online classes.
Right.
Yeah, it's just not the same. Yeah, online is, in some ways, is for classes, it can be, maybe you just want to go sit down. You get distracted and you want to go, go have dinner or whatever. And so, are you really doing a class or not doing a class? As an instructor, I can kind of help them or push them, even though they didn't want to do something, right? And so, in person is better. But we did have someone that asked about it, and I actually do stream a couple classes, but it's more informational. The people that are on it are pretty high rank.
Right.
They just want to see what we're doing, I think.
Right. Anyways, we had a great Tool World Summit 2022.
Absolutely.
And we are planning on doing the 2023 in Hawaii.
Let's do it.
Right.
I hope they come out.
That's right.
If not, I guess we'll just have to do it online. But they
Yeah,
won't
that's true.
get that experience of whether it's nice and sunny or if it's raining. I don't know what the weather's going to be like.
Yeah.
Well, we'd be doing it on the beach. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool, right?
That would be cool. Or it
Yeah.
could just be a typhoon season.
Could be.
Who knows? But as always, don't forget to be safe.
Keep training.
I'll see you guys next time.
Take one.